roll and the wind never stops. This is our town, baby, you and me. It takes a little time, but soon you will see. We got clothes on the line, blowing in the breeze. The kids on the wharf, skipping rocks in the sea. The people are friendly and the children are free. Yeah, our little town is just heaven to me. This is our town, our little town. This is our town, our little town. One day it's up, the next day it's down. This is our town, our little town. Our town, our little town. Our town, our little town. We got church bells ringing, what a heavenly sound. Young boys driving their dad's car around. We got the prettiest girls walking around. Soon they'll be leaving this old town. We got so many leaving, yeah, chasing their dreams. Say there's nothing here, or so it seems. And they will miss it, someday they'll know. They'll want to return to the town they love so. Our town, our little town. This is our town, our little town. One day it's up, the next day it's down. This is our town, our little town.
Evening. Welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight's stories include Community Feud, a great success, the Burgeo Academy Drama Club play, results from the music festival. These stories plus the BBS Playbill, Off the Rack, and more coming up after this.
They will be our teachers. They will be our business leaders. They will be our decision makers. Where will they get the perspective they need for tomorrow? Katimovik. Young people from coast to coast giving of themselves in a 9-month program of discovery through service learning, stepping out of the ordinary, making a difference in hundreds of communities, helping create a stronger Canada, doing, learning, building our nation, one community at a time.
The Help Committee hosted their 4th annual Community Feud on Monday of this week. Approximately 86 people attended the 4th annual Community Feud. This included the committee members. Things got underway at 7 p.m. Teresa Peterson welcomed everyone on behalf of the Help Committee, informed the audience about the number of teams that were playing, and how the game was modeled after the popular TV game show The Family Feud. There were 8 teams and 4 games in the first round, the 2 semi-final games and 1 championship game. Judges for the evening were Trudy McDonald, Ellen Swift, and Laurie Porter. The scorekeeper was Ada Vatcher. Next, Miss Peterson welcomed the host of the show, Christopher LaFasse. The first game was between the Firemen and Burnett's and the Burgeo Academy teachers. The Firemen and Burnett's won the game with a score of 269 to 118. Game 2 was between the Calder Healthcare Centre staff and the Burgeo Lioness. The Calder Healthcare Centre won the game with a score of 161 to 126. In game number 3, Burgeo Academy squared off against last year's champs, the Sea Cadets. However, the Sea Cadets lost with a score of 177 to 34. In the last game of the round, the Community Youth Network went up against members of the law enforcement, and their guests. The law enforcement team was victorious with a score of 117 to 74. In the first semifinal game, the firemen and Burnett's took on the staff of the Calder Healthcare Center. The winner of this game was the Calder Healthcare Center with a score of 179 to 64. In the second semifinal game was Burgeo Academy students versus law enforcement and guests. The law enforcement team won with a score of 210 to 120. Before the championship game began, they took a short break. The guests were invited to help themselves to the snacks provided. It was quite a spread. There was fruit, veggies, cookies, sandwiches with coffee, tea, and soft drinks. There was also a prize draw. Everyone was told to check the bottom of their chairs. The winner were Glenn Marsden, Kathy Whitehead, and Marlene Vatcher. The door prize was won by Brenda Strickland. Once everyone had their fill of food, the championship game got underway. This game was between the law enforcement team and the Calder Healthcare Center staff. After all the members of the teams took a shot at the answers, the law enforcement and guest team were declared the winners. They were presented with the Community Feud t-shirts. The Help Committee thanked everyone for coming out to support the Community Feud, those who did out surveys, and they presented Christopher LaFosse with a token of their appreciation. We congratulate the Help Committee on another successful Community Feud. On Wednesday of this week, Burgeo Academy Drama Club presented the play The Way It Is. Melanie Durnford, who was volunteering her time with the drama club, welcomed everyone and thanked them for their support. Ida Sweet Apple was the winner of the complete turkey dinner. Then the play got underway. It was about some issues that teenagers have to deal with, including teen suicide. Here are a few highlights. The play will be shown in its entirety at a later date. We extend our many thanks to Chas Coley for filming this for us.
With Your World, The Way It Is, April 5th, 2006. On the local scene today, authorities are puzzled at the near tragedy which occurred at what many consider to be one of the best high schools in the province. Burgeo Academy, which boasts of having one of the most highly qualified faculties in Zone 9, could not explain its failure to meet the needs of a well-liked senior just 14 days prior to graduation. Mr. Corey Penny, the principal of the school, expressed his sadness and reiterated his belief that his school is doing a superb job educating its 1,200-plus student body. We now take you live to Burgeo Academy and Mr. Penny. Mr. Penny, do you have a comment for our viewers about the situation here at your school, sir?
Yes, I'd like to assure all parents that everything's under control. Yet, of course, I'm saddened by the unfortunate action taken by one of our young people here today, but there's no need to worry.
Stop!
Do you want to know the truth? Don't ask it at all. That's the last place you'll find it. They simply don't know. And they can't. Because they aren't living it. We do. Every day. During this, our glorious senior year, we supposedly know no pain. Just smooth sailing. Right up until the old Catherine Graham routine. Well, look again. To understand what happened today, I'll need to take you back to an earlier time of the year. You'll need to hear from all of us. There are so many decisions to make. I'm looking for the right college. One that will ring a bell on a resume. One that will teach me things I've heard of. Or at least things few other people have heard of.
Sarah liked my car. She told me so. She nearly spent all algebra class writing notes to me. She thinks I'm bad.
The truth is, I'm ugly. No worry, no discussion, just ugly.
I'm going to ask Sarah next week. It's going to blow her mind. We'll go to Pete's hut. She's going to freak out.
I'm too sexy for my love. love's going to leave.
My dad, he panics when I ask him about guys. If I ever mention the opposite sex to him, he thinks I'm going to, like, quit school and get married or something.
I'm convinced that teachers must think the most important label in determining a guy's future are the finals. Have you ever noticed how they justify anything they have you do that you don't want to by saying, it'll help you do better on the finals?
If you get the definitions for these 58 vocabulary words and a synonym and antonym by tomorrow, you'll do better on the finals. I'm your friendly neighborhood babysitter, or so it seems. My parents brought me into this world for one major reason. They needed a cheap, intelligent, cooperative servant who could be called on 24 hours a day to render all manner and style of childcare, chauffeuring, tutoring, inspiring, and whipping the works.
I handed in my application to the guidance counselor to proofread. She looked at it. She looked at me. She looked back at the application. She looked back at me. And in that condescending yet consoling voice said, Paul, I really don't think you have what it takes for medical school. Your average is entirely too low. For crying out loud, I know it isn't all 90s, but no one piece of paper with a number on it is going to control my life.
There's this guy in my own room who says that I'm just a dumb blind. I'd like to show him who's a dumb blind. I'll challenge him in a bandstand any day of the week, any day. One day, he'll eat his words when I stroll to the bank to deposit my engineer's paycheck and cruise home in my very Mercedes convertible. You earn it, weeb.
My father's upset that I'm not a gymnast. I really don't care about, like, scholarships or muscle building or all that. I like to become a rich person by talking, you know, making people laugh. I've been watching other girls to get a grip on their techniques. I think the secret must be brains. Look at all the girls the good-looking guys are going with. Some, they don't look any better than I do. Some are dogs. Sometimes, I think I might have a chance too.
On Tuesday of this week, the senior and junior choir at Burgeo Academy traveled to Stephenville to take part in the music festival. Both choirs did very well in the competition. The junior choir received a 84% and the senior choir got 86%. There was also individual graded competitions. Dylan McDonald was graded 83% for his efforts. Jeanette Tucker, Dominique Ingram, Tyson Cutler, and Jeremy McDonald also took part in an ungraded competition. It's fair to say that these students represented our school very well. Great job. Congratulations to all students who took part. Miss Kendall didn't get word until Friday if Burgeo Academy placed in the top 3. We will let you know how they placed. Stay tuned for more of This Week in Review coming up after this.
Never again the horrors of war. I'm Cliff Chatterton of the War Amps. Hollywood glamorizes war. Through our Never Again video series, we tell it like it was. But we have another responsibility, to do everything we can to avoid global conflict. Oh yes, a military deterrent if necessary, but we must teach younger generations about the need to prevent war. How? Through Operation Legacy.
As members of CHAMP, we've had a close bond with the war amputees, ever since we were kids.
We've learned about Canada's military heritage
from those who are actually there.
Now we can pass on that message through presentations, videos, and our own website.
Operation Legacy isn't just about remembering.
its commemoration with a message.
That message? Never again.
It was our war. It is their legacy.
On Tuesday of this week, there was lots of activity at the fish plant parking lot. Pit Road Drilling from Springdale has been awarded a drill contract from Playfair Mining to begin drilling in Grey River. Drilling will begin within the next 2 weeks to test portions of tungsten deposits. Grey River was explored by the American Smelting and Refining Company from 1957 to 1970. Playfair intends within the next 12 months to advance, principally by drilling, at least 2 of the tungsten deposits in the Grey River area. Pitro will be drilling for core samples 900 feet above Grey River, down through instead of in through the mountain. Paul King and Craig Matthews with Pitro were busy on Tuesday of this week offloading this tractor-trailer load of supplies for Grey River. Most of these are drilling supplies. With the help of 2 choppers, they figured all the supplies will be delivered by the end of the day. They informed us that one individual was inquiring about employment. With this and other mining exploration taking place in and around the surrounding area, who knows, other employment opportunities may present themselves in the near future. The first feature of the week from the Information Resource Centre offers information about Canada firearms. The Information Resource Centre offers lots of information on this topic. There are quite a number of fact sheets to choose from. There is firearm users younger than 18, firearm owners and users aged 18 and older, firearm safety and training requirements. There is information on storing, transporting, and displaying firearms. There are applications to register, replace, and renew your firearms. There is also an application entitled Non-Resident Temporary Borrowing License for Non-Restricted Firearms. If you are going to sell, give, or trade firearms, there is an information sheet concerning this topic. The Information Resource Centre also adds information for address change, list of restricted and prohibited firearms, and air guns, plus much, much more. If you would like to know more about what the Information Resource Centre has to offer, just call Siobhan at 886-1600 or drop by the office located at the former BDDB office at the Town Hall. Siobhan will be happy to help you. You may have heard that Transport Canada will soon introduce an important change regarding the administration of the pleasure craft licensing system. As of May the 1st, 2006, Service Canada centres throughout the country will be the new point of contact. This means if you need a new license number for a boat, just drop by the Information Resource Centre and Siobhan can help you, or contact the Office of Boating Safety at 1-800-230-3693. Stay with us for Off the Rack and the BBS Playbill, all after this.
When you wish for something wonderful to happen,
Sometimes it can make you forget
about the needles and the pain,
and get through this thing.
Forget about being stuck inside.
Laugh with my family?
Go somewhere really amazing and get through this thing.
The Children's Wish Foundation of Canada. Wishes are what we do.
Off the Rack. This week, as we scanned our tape rack, we came across a tape of when Route 480 was closed due to a snowstorm. Let's look back to April the 6th, 1997.
When the Department of Transportation workers, along with a worker from the town of Burgeo, went to work on Friday morning, this is what awaited them, even before they reached Steelbrook.
BBS Playbill. Tune in on Tuesday for a rebroadcast of a trip on board the Cape Moral filmed by Manuel Keynes. There is no TV bingo scheduled for next Wednesday because it's Holy Week. The Burgeo Lions will host the next TV bingo on Wednesday, April the 19th. On Thursday, we'll have a rebroadcast of the Bandwagon from September 1990. And I'll be here again next week with This Week in Review. Please stay tuned now for the Bandwagon from September 1990. For This Week in Review, I'm Marie Rose. Good night and God bless.